All right, so here's our first example. We're going to order these integers from least to greatest. So first, let's plot -9. But notice that we don't see -9 on this number line, but where would it be? Right, that would be between -10 and -8. So let's put our first point there. Awesome. All right, let's just keep going. 5. Okay, well, 5 would go between, 4 and 6. 8 we can see on the number line, so we'll put our point there. We'll put it in 0. And last one, we'll put -18.
Okay, now we are ready to order numbers from least to greatest. Because we are using negative numbers, we need to remember that the least number is the one that I have to my left. In this case, yes, exactly, -18. If we continue, we will find -9. Then 0, then 5, and at the end, the greatest number we have is 8. In our next example, we are going to order fractions. If you look at all the fractions you need to order, we have halves and fourths. These fractions have different denominators. But if you think about it, 4 is a multiple of 2, which means that these fractions are equivalent. Which denominator could make it easier for me to order these fractions? Probably 4. So that way, I don't have to draw more lines. So I will use 4 spaces in my number line to get to +1, another 4 for +2, and 4 to get to -1 and to -2. Now I can easily order my fractions. The first fraction I have to order is -1/2. But I have 4 spaces. So what is half of 4? 2 lines. Very good. So I will plot my -1/2 here. The next fraction I have is 1/3. That fraction is going to be located between 1 and 2, right here. Now we're going to plot -1/4. We're going to go to the opposite side where all my negatives are and plot between -1 and -2. Yes, right here. Then we're going to plot -2, which is very easy to find. And we're going to move to the positives to find 1/1/2. Remember, 1/2 is 2 lines, so between 1 and 2 in the middle. Now that we have all points in our number line, we can order them from least to greatest. The least number is the number that we have to our left. That's the -2. After that one, we have -1/4. Then -1/2. Then 1/1/2. And finally, 1/3. In this third example, I will plot decimal numbers. Usually when I count 10 lines, I think about skipping by 0.1. But in this case, because I have a 1.1 and a 1.6, I decided to skip count by 0.2, this way. Now I am going to plot -0.8. Easy, as I can see it in the number line. The same with 0.2. Now I have a -0.3, but I don't see that in the number line. Oh wait, if I have a -0.2 and a -0.4, then I will find 0.3 in the middle of those two numbers. So I will plot it there. The same with -1.1. And finally, 1.6 is in the number line. There. And I am finished with plotting all my numbers. However, the instruction says to order numbers from greatest to least. That means I will order numbers from positive to negative. This way, following the order I have in the number line. Now it's time to plot rational numbers, and this time I have decimals and fractions all together. The first thing I have to do is to decide whether I will keep all the numbers in decimal or fractions form. Because I know that 1/2 is 0.5, I will turn that negative 1/1/2 to negative 1.5 and 1/3 to 1.75. Now this makes it easier to find a pattern for skip counting. I notice that I have decimals of 0.5 and 0.75. So I decided to skip count by 0.5. So the numbers will look like this. Now I can easily plot decimals. We will start with 1.75. But I don't have 1.75. Wait, I can find it between 1.5 and 2. Now we will plot negative 2.5. And I have it in the number line. After that, 3. And we go back to negatives, plotting negative 1.5. And finally, negative 3.75, that I will find between negative 3.5 and negative 4. Okay, with the number line complete, we need to order from greatest to least, starting with positive numbers, moving to the negative numbers.